So I am in Yakushima, a really wonderful island, World Heritage registered natural wonder, and I'm running backwards of the Rustic Hotel, which is a really wonderful hotel, and this is going to be a short run, but I'm really gonna enjoy it. Oh, about just few. So whenever I come to Yakushima, I think about the diversity in nature. And we may say it in simple terms, diversity, and pretend as if we know what it means. But it's really difficult to come to grips with diversity, isn't it? Because it's diverse. Just, considering the different plants that you have here, the undergrowth, the trees, you can actually identify all the species here. And if you take the moss into consideration and ferns and so on, it's really impossible to do justice to the sheer diversity of organisms that happen around here. And we shouldn't forget about the insects. There are many insects. I used to study butterflies when I was a kid, so there are always butterfly moments when I see a butterfly, and my heart just jumps, and I'm so happy. I haven't seen one on this morning yet. But there, in addition to butterflies, there are many different kinds of insects. This is a moth insect here. Can you see? There was a really interesting insect floating like a snowflake. And I just saw a bird going in that direction in this valley, small valley. So I actually really love the idea of big ear in bird watching. They have this owner system where you report how many kinds of birds you have witnessed, either by eyesight or through hearing and so on. And you don't have to provide evidence for that, photographic, audio evidence, because it's impossible. Just like what happened to me now. I just saw a bird flying across the valley, and I couldn't identify what kind of bird it was, but suppose I could. That is how you report how many birds you have seen in a big ear competition. And I think the world record is, I can't tell, 5,000, 6,000 kinds of birds a year. But that's how you approach diversity. You can just witness diversity. There's no way to record the diversity in total, because you can just do it, because these things are stationary, these plants, but insects, birds, and so on, they move around, so it's impossible. Wow. Anyway, so you feel such a great comfort. You feel such a great comfort when you're surrounded by biodiversity, because this is where you come from. And in your intestine, you have biodiversity too, the microbiomes. Nowadays, people talk a lot about brain-gut axis, and it is important to have a flora of biodiversity here in your gut, and that would sustain your mental activities. So biodiversity is within us, and I'm just walking off because I've just seen a really beautiful tip of the mountain there. So, people like Elon Musk talk about immigration to Mars, which is an interesting idea. I'm really endorsing what Mr. Musk is doing. But on the other hand, I should think that it is simply impossible to, separate us from that biodiversity that is the Earth. We are not alone, not in the sense of extraterrestrial lives, but in the sense of the fact that we're surrounded by this really great ecosystem, nature, which has been, developing for billions of years, and otherwise we can't exist. We cannot simply move all this wonderful, richly, densely connected network of living things to Mars or any other planet, for that matter, or in a space station. But that's something that we cannot design from scratch. Well, actually, the nature designed all this from scratch in a way, but it took so many years, and it's quite difficult to reproduce it. Look at these trees, aren't they wonderful? These are Yakushima trees, and this is really wonderful. So appreciating biodiversity, I think, is to face the infinite, because I am actually facing the infinite. Oh, there's a beautiful flower here. Oh, look at this. Wow. So I am actually, running through this really wonderful garden. I really feel happy whenever I come here. In addition to being a senior researcher at Sony Computer Science Lab and a visiting and project professor at the University of Tokyo, I am the headmaster of Yakushima Ozora High School, which is a really wonderful school with 12,000 students, and they study all over Japan, but come to this really great island of Yakushima once a year, and they have a really wonderful schooling program. And as in the capacity of headmaster, I come here. This time I came for the graduation ceremony, which was held yesterday. So that's why I came to this island of Yakushima, and I'm really enjoying my professional assignments as well as this really short morning run on this really great island. Oh, look at my shadow there. All the mountains. I'm taking a small detour here. Ooh. Wow. Look at this. The beautiful trees, yes. My name is Mogi, my family name, and that means thriving tree. So I'm a tree lover, tree friend. There's a fall in that direction. I've been there several times, but I can't this morning because there isn't sufficient time. But maybe next time. Look at the glistening treetops and the farm. Moss and the ferns are a really important part of biodiversity. So that was my morning run on the island of Yakushima. That was a biodiversity run. I hope You enjoyed it? I enjoyed it. So it's really great to be surrounded by nature like this, and it can not really be transported to Mars in any substantial sense, at least for the time being. So we should really take care of this planet Earth because there's no planet B. Wow, look at that mountain figure. Really wonderful.